Okay, so hi, I just wanted to tell you about my makeup look for today. I just get back from school uh around like 30 minutes ago. I did just pick up a couple of new drugstore items from CVS. Nothing too crazy, like 3 highlighters, a lipstick, a brow pencil, and a foundation. I really am intrigued on trying a couple of new Physicians Formula products. So I really wanted to try I just want to cut this off so I can still have these are called the Velvet Lipsticks, liquid lipsticks from Physicians Formula. I've heard some good things about these, so I'm excited to try it. I'm actually probably going to declutter almost probably 8 to 10 more lipsticks. I already did declutter 10 and I might declutter 10 more because some of my lipsticks are getting pretty old. So it hasn't been too crazy for me to pick up. Oh, that is really pretty. This is what it looks like. Looks like that. Really nice packaging. And it's called, of course, this one's the nude one. What's the color? This is just all natural nude. That's really pretty. I like that. I also picked up one of their highlighters. I've heard really good things about these. This is the gold one in the shade Champagne. I just really wanted to try the gold. I thought it looked so pretty. I also picked up another one of the Masterchrome by Face Studio highlighters because I love the gold one so much that I really wanted to try the other shades. So this one's Molten Rose Gold. And then I also picked up the holographic one. I don't know about this one because this one swatched a little bit glittery, but we'll see how it looks. I'll probably try it out later in the week. I'll definitely wear all 3 of these and see how I feel. And then I also picked up the new Physicians Formula foundation. I've heard some really good stuff about this. I picked it up in the lightest shade. This is really, really substantial, heavy packaging. I like that. And then I finally got the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Shape and Fill Triangular Pencil. Jaclyn Hill said that this was like her favorite pencil from the drugstore, from her drugstore first impressions video. So ever since I saw that, I really wanted to try it. So I didn't get anything too crazy. And then I got makeup wipes because I needed my simple makeup wipes. So I just got the regular ones because the micellar ones are so expensive, and I do like the regular ones, so I just picked up the regular ones. They're like $6 a piece, and I had like a $3 coupon for them, so one of them was like half price. So 2 of those ended up costing the price of one of the micellar ones. But they finally restocked some of the shades in these at my CVS, so I finally picked this up. So I got it in the shade Brunette. That should be my shade, hopefully. So yeah, I'm really excited to try this out since my NYX one is kind of crapping out on me. Like the top fell off of it, so I decided to try this guy out. So yeah, I'm excited to try those. I can't believe how expensive this stuff ends up being. It ends up being like $80 because Physicians Formula is not a cheap brand, but I had a 30% off coupon, and then I also had a $3 coupon for Simple, so it ended up costing me like half the price, so that was pretty good. It ended up costing me like $40 for all of that stuff, and then I used my extra bucks for this and for this, and these basically only ended up costing me $2 because I got $15 worth of extra bucks by buying 2 Maybelline items and $10 for buying $10 worth of Physicians Formula. Maybe I should have gotten 2 of these. Maybe I was supposed to spend $20. I don't know. But I'm really excited to try this foundation. I've heard really good stuff about it. Anyway, let me tell you guys about my makeup look. My mom just went to pick up some sushi, so I want to tell you guys my makeup look and then take it off. I needed to pick up the wipes, though, in order to do that. So anyway, I primed my face. I had 3 classes today. I'm so exhausted. I didn't really sleep last night, so I just did some really simple eye makeup, and I just did a bold lip, and I did like a pop and highlight. So I primed my face with the Smashbox Primer Water and the Stila One Step Corrector, I'm pretty sure. Is that what I put on this morning? Yes. Then I went in with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. I really wanted to wear that today because I really don't wear it too often anymore, so I wanted to whip it out and wear it today. In the shade Porcelain, it's like the lightest shade. I also got another $4 extra bucks, which doesn't expire for another month, so that was pretty good. I just want to see how much I actually spent. And this was another coupon Okay, I actually didn't use this one yet. It's another $12 off your $60 purchase. This one was, okay, so it ended up being $39 and then I got 30% off. So that saved me $16 and then I saved another $3 with the simple coupon. So I saved $20 on this purchase and that was originally 60 bucks. So I thought that was a pretty good deal. I probably should have bought the Physicians Formula stuff and then applied the $10 coupon to this. But then it would have ended up being the other two items for free if I got those too. So these two items, the liquid lipstick and the brow pencil, were basically free because I only paid $2 for them. So yeah, I did save about $30 on an $80 purchase, or almost like $35. So I'll take that. I think I spent $44 and the original purchase was $80. So I thought that was a pretty good deal. It ended up being half price. I have to see about the holographic highlighter though. But yeah, it was nice getting 30% off the entire purchase. Then I concealed with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer in the color Light Ivory. And then I set my face with the NYX HD powder. And then I primed my eyes with the Smashbox 24-Hour Primer and then went over that with the same NYX powder. And then I went in with the, with all MAC shadows today. The only shade that I used on my crease as a transition shade was ColourPop's Firefly. Because I was originally going to use the e.l.f. Mad for Matte palette, but then I decided to use MAC shadows instead. So I was going to pick up the Wet n Wild eyeshadow palette too, but I was like, let me hold off a little bit. I keep on overwhelming myself with eyeshadows that, like, I might pick that up later in the month because I do want to still try their formula. And then I basically have tried out like every single formula of eyeshadow I would want to try besides like Natasha Denona, but I can hold off on that. But I really do want to still try out Wet n Wild eyeshadow. So I went in with soft brown first, then I darkened up the crease more with brown script, then I used brown down on the outer corners, and then for the lid, I used L'Oreal's Infallible Single Eyeshadow in the shade Amber Gold all over my lid, and then I put on a little bit all that glitters on the middle of my lid from MAC. And then I went in with Blanc Type on the brow bone from MAC as well. So I used all the single shadows today. And then I smudged soft brown on the lower lash line. And then I went in with the Maybelline Skinny Gel Liner in the shade Black. And then I highlighted the inner corners with Nylon, which is also a MAC single shadow. And then I concealed under my eyes with the Wet n Wild concealer. And then I set that with the NARS Crystal Powder. And then I went in with the Catrice Cosmetics Mascara on the top and bottom lashes. And that was it for the eyes. And then I bronzed up my skin with the NARS Laguna Bronzer, and then I used the NARS blush in the shade Lovejoy as my blush, and then I highlighted with the Fenty Beauty by Rihanna highlighter, the Kilowatt Freestyle highlighter in the shades Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal, just because I haven't used it by itself in a while, so I really wanted to use it today. And then I went over everything with the Hourglass Ethereal Light Powder, then I started everything with the NYX Dewy Skin Mist, then I just brushed through my brows with a spoolie and then set them with the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Mascara, which now I'm going to be happy that I have the Brow Stylist pencil because then I can use both. And then for the lips, I just primed them with the NYX Lip Primer, then I lined them with the ColourPop Lippy Pencil in the shade Taurus, and then I filled them in with the Lime Crime Velveteen in the shade Saddle. I love these velveteens. This has remained so comfortable throughout the entire day, and I've been wearing this since 9 o'clock this morning. I'm so ready to take my makeup off. Bye! Okay, so hi, I just wanted to tell you about my makeup look for today. So I did have school and work today, so I'm finally able to take my makeup off because I've had it on all day. I'm going to be having a lot of days like that since I have school, and I am going to be keeping it on all day tomorrow and Thursday. So anyway, I primed my face with the Smashbox Primer Water and the Stila One Step Corrector, yeah. And then I went in with the foundation that I picked up yesterday that I told you guys I picked this up. This is the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation in the shade LC1. This is really, really, really good. So comfortable on the skin. It did not oxidize, a really good shade for me. Feels so good still, looks really good. I think this is one of my new favorites. So far, this is really, really nice. This really reminds me of my number 7 foundation. But even more coverage. I feel like it's about the same. The only thing about the number 7 foundation is that I do notice it gets more dewy throughout the day. This one is dewy, but not as much as the number 7. I still love the number 7, but this one has even like a thinner consistency than the number 7. The number 7 can be a little bit thick, but I still love that foundation. But this one is really, really good. I just think it looks beautiful on the skin. I'm trying to find a mirror, but I can't seem to find one right now. Oh, right here. From what I noticed in the mirror is that it didn't really break up at all. It still looks bomb, you guys, and I did not touch it up at all. I really am surprised at how well this foundation held up. The only parts that might be broken up a little bit are where my concealer is, just like a little bit around my smile lines. But it did not settle into my forehead. It is a little bit dewy on my forehead, but it looks good. It looks healthy. I am really loving this. So this is really good, you guys. This might be one of my new favorite foundations. This is really good so far. I've been wearing it since like 11 this morning. It's like 9 o'clock tonight. It's 9 o'clock at night right now. So really, really good. I'm definitely very impressed with that. And it has like this applicator that's like a doe foot applicator, kind of similar to the Clinique one. And I definitely prefer this over the Clinique one. I might declutter the Clinique one. I've had that one forever and I never wear it anymore because I'm always trying out so many new foundations and so many new drugstore ones. I've just been on a huge drugstore foundation kick this past year and I've been finding some really, really good ones. So this is really good. I definitely love that. And then, what foundation did I wear yesterday? Oh yeah, I wore the Wet n Wild one. And then I concealed with the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer in the color Fair. And then I set my face with the MAC Neroli Skin Finish Natural in the shade Medium. And then I primed my eyes with the Smashbox 24-Hour Primer and then went over that with the same MAC powder. And then I mostly went in with the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette today because I did not really use it until today. This year. I haven't really used it yet this year, so I really wanted to whip it out and use it. I was going to use a Naked Heat palette, but I decided to use this today instead because I'm going to use the Naked Heat palette this weekend. Because I've already used that like once or twice this year. So I used Candy Peach first, and I darkened up the crease more with Summer Yum. Then I used Caramelized and Cobbler on the outer corners. I can't keep this open too long because it's so like potent. And then I used White Peach on the brow bone. And then I went in with 2 shades from the Too Faced Glitter Bomb palette because I was just going to use Luscious on the lid, but I was like, you know, I need to use more of these shades because I've only really tested out like 1 or 2 on my lid, not really like fully. So I really wanted to fully use this on my lid. For this look. So I used the shades Work It and Rosé All Day. I used Work It on the middle of my lid and then I used Rosé All Day more on this part of my lid. So I've been doing that more. I've been like doubling up shades on my lid so I can use more shades. I'm hoping my goal is to use all of these shades by the end of the month. I don't think that's going to be too hard for me because now I've already used 3 shades out of 8. I still have to use the purples, and I really want to use this glitter gold shade. That one is gorgeous. And then I just have to use the blue. So, but you know, with me, it takes me 10 million years to test out eyeshadow palettes. But yeah, so far I've been really liking it. It didn't really stay that glittery all day, but hey, it still looks like shimmer on my lid, so I'll take that. And that was it for the eyes. And then I concealed under my eyes with the Maybelline concealer, and then I set that with the NARS Crystal Setting Powder. And then I lined my waterline with the Maybelline gel liner, the skinny gel liner in the shade Brown. And then I did use 2 shades from here for my inner corners. I used the shades Luscious and Nectar, and that's what I used from the Peach palette. So that was everything that I used from the palette. And then I went in with the L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black L'Oreal Voluminous Primer, and then I went in with the L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara on the top and bottom lashes, and that was it for the eyes. And then I did smudge Puree on the lower lash line. I forgot to say that. So I did use quite a bit of the eyeshadows from the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shades, so I thought that was pretty good. Yeah, I used a lot, actually. I'm very proud of myself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I used 9 shades out of 16, so I'm proud of myself. I just want to make sure I use as many shades as I can, so I used a lot of the shades regardless of using it on my lid or not. So that was it for the eyes. And then I bronzed up the skin with the Kevyn Aucoin Celestial. Oh my god, my highlight. Look how pretty that is. I used the Kevyn Aucoin, the Neo Bronzer in the shade Cool Pink, Capri. Cool Pink. It's just called Capri. And then I went in with the Too Faced Sweet Peach Blush, the Papa Don't Peach Blush, because I wanted to match the palette because I haven't used this blush in a while. And then for the highlight, I was afraid that this highlight was going to be too pink today, but I just really wanted to use it. So this is the Maybelline Master Chrome by Face Studio Metallic Highlighter in the shade Molten Rose Gold. This is just as good as the gold one. I swatched both of them last night together side by side, and it's literally the same quality as the gold one. These are amazing, you guys. Like, these are so good. So look how beautiful this is. I'm like obsessed with it, and this highlight is so gorgeous. I can't wait to wear it again. This is beautiful, so I'm so glad that I picked this up. I'm not sure about the holographic one though. I think I'm going to try it out tomorrow. But when I was swatching it, I didn't really get like a great feeling about it because it's very gritty, so we'll see. And then I went over everything with the Hourglass Ethereal Light Powder, and then I started everything with the NYX Dewy Skin Mist, and then for my brows, I went in with the L'Oreal Shape and Fill Brow Stylist Pencil, I believe it's called, in the shade Brunette, and I really like it, so I'm really glad that I tried that. And then I set them with the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Mascara. And then for my lips, I primed them with the NYX Lip Primer, then I lined them with the Kat Von D Everlasting Lip Liner in the shade Lolita, and then I filled them in with the NARS Power Matte Lip Pigment in the shade American Woman, which I love these. They're so comfortable. I love them so much every time I wear this. It's so beautiful. But earlier today, I didn't wear my liquid lipstick all day. I just put this on for work because I worked 5:30 to 9, or 5:30 to like 8:30, so I just wore this to work. But I did wear a regular lipstick to school, and I just wore MAC's matte lipstick in the shade Taupe. I did kind of like accidentally overdraw my lips a little bit, so it might look a little bit weird. I had to cover that up with concealer right before the video, but I'm going to go because I'm so tired. I have class at 9:30 in the morning, so I want to take my makeup off and just relax for the rest of the night. So bye! Okay, so hi, so I just wanted to tell you about my makeup look for today. I did just get back home from school a little bit ago. I'm just ready to take my makeup off because I'm not like super tired today, but I'm pretty like overtired. Like I did go to sleep pretty early last night, around like 12:45 because I was so tired. So yeah, I wore my Hello Kitty shirt today. Looks like Diet. I'm just taking off my jewelry because I just don't feel like wearing it anymore. So anyway, so for my face makeup, I did the, I primed my face with the Smashbox Primer Water and the Stila One Step Corrector. I finally got to wash my hair last night, so now it looks a little bit better. And then I went in with the CoverGirl 3-in-1 Stay Fabulous Foundation in the color Classic Ivory. I was almost going to use the Healthy Foundation again today from the Physicians Formula. The Physicians Formula foundation, but I might just wear that tomorrow instead. But I was really impressed with it yesterday. I really liked how it looks last night, so, but I was thinking about using it again, but I decided to use something a little bit more full coverage, because I wasn't really in the mood to use like a full coverage foundation, when I woke up, and then like after I washed my face, I was like, yeah, I kind of want to go in with a full coverage foundation. And then I concealed with the ColourPop No Filter Concealer in the color Light Beige, and then I set my face with the Maybelline Fit Me powder in the shade 110 Porcelain, and then I primed my eyes with the Smashbox 24-hour primer, and then went over that with the same Maybelline powder. And then for my eyes, I went in with the ColourPop Single Shadow in the shade Firefly as my transition, and then I mostly went in with the Urban Decay Naked 2 palette today, and a little bit of a couple of other shadows from different palettes, but mostly the Naked 2 palette. So first I used Tease in the crease, then I darkened up the crease more with Busted, then I used that black shade, I think that one's called Blackout. Let me just double check what the actual color is. I'm pretty sure it's called Blackout. but that might be the one from the Naked 1 palette. Oh yeah, it's from the Naked 2 palette. Okay, so that's the right one. And then for the lid shade, I did use the Urban Decay After Dark palette, and I used the shade Supersonic on my lid. And then I popped on a little bit of glitter on the middle of the lid with the Too Faced Glitter Bomb palette, because I am trying to use that palette in some way, mostly every single day. So I did use the shade, let me just double check. Okay, I don't think it's on the Sephora website anymore. I think it was discontinued. So I think that's why it's in TJ Maxx, because it does not look like it's on the Sephora website. I believe I used the shade Work It. Excuse me. Let me just double check. The reason why I got that palette is because it was such a good price, and I really was not looking to really add any more eyeshadow to my collection. But since that palette was such a good deal, I really just wanted to try it out. And I don't know, it just looked like a really pretty palette. I would have tried the Rihanna one, but this one just is actually pretty good. It is impressing me. And then I went in with Work It, yeah, on the middle of my lid. So I've only used about 3 shades from the palette so far. Hopefully I can use the gold at some point on my lid and a couple of the other shades. So there's only like 5 more shades that I really need to use, which I don't think is going to be a huge deal. But it takes me like forever to use a palette. But I think I'm going to use the purple on my lid on Thursday, and maybe I'll use the gold maybe this weekend or something. I'm not sure yet. And then I went in with Foxy from the Naked 2 palette on my brow bone, and that was it for the eyes. And then I concealed under my eyes with the ColourPop No Filter Concealer, and then I set that with the NARS Translucent Powder. I'm just really trying to rotate a lot of my palettes, or a lot of my neutral palettes, so I wanted to use the Naked 2 palette today. I was either going to use the e.l.f. Mad for Matte palette or the my ColourPop Single Shadows, but I decided to use the Naked 2 palette because I hadn't used it in a while. So, and then I went in with the Maybelline Skinny Gel Liner on my waterline, and then I also smudged Tease on my lower lash line again, and then I highlighted the inner corners with Pistol from the palette, and then I went in with the L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara. No, I went in with the Lancome Voluminous Primer, and then I went in with the Lancome Monsieur Big Mascara, and it's actually really nice with a lash primer, so I probably will be using this mascara more often. And then I went in with the Catrice Cosmetics Mascara on the bottom lashes. And then I bronzed up my skin with actually I contoured my skin today with the Too Faced Cocoa Contour Kit. I whipped that out and used it today because I've been wanting to use it for a while, and I just keep on forgetting to reach for it. So I used the shade Medium Cocoa, and then I just lightened it up more and cleaned it up with the Light Cocoa shade. And then I used the MAC blush in the shade Sunbask on my cheeks. It is raining really hard. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's been raining like all day today. And then I highlighted with the Maybelline Master Metallic Master Prismatic Highlighter, something like that, in the shade, like the holographic one, in the shade, what the hell is the shade? That's a good question. Crap. Maybelline Holographic Highlighter. This one's the Master Holographic Prismatic Highlighter, and this is like the whiter shade, and this one is called, I don't know if there's a shade name. I know there's a purple and a white. This one's 050. I mean, I wasn't really too impressed with it. It was the white highlight. It's the Master Holographic by Face Studio Prismatic Highlighter, and I used the white shade. I don't think there's an actual shade name. I'm looking at the Target website, and I don't see a shade name. Let's try the Maybelline website. I used it, and pretty much it was mostly like straight up glitter. Oh, this one's called Opal. The other shade is just called Purple. So the white one is called Purple. It was really, really glittery, but it does add a really nice reflectiveness if you like layer it with another highlighter. It does make it more reflective. So I did have to go in with something else because it really wasn't enough for me when I just went in with that. So I did go in with 2 shades from MAC. I know I'm like a crazy highlighting person, but I just love highlighter so much. So I used the MAC Merely Skin Finishes in the shades Soft and Gentle and Lightscapade, and I put those over that. And then you can really see like the holographicness to it. Like it is really pretty. But I think that's mostly the MAC highlights, which are some of my favorite highlighters. So I just went over it with that. So, but mostly before that, it was just straight up glitter with these ones. So I'm not sure if I'm going to return it. But the Master Chrome by Face Studio one, I was so impressed with the other highlighter, which is basically the same as the gold one. I really hope they come out with more shades in those, because the holographic ones I'm really not too impressed with so far. And then I went over everything with the Hourglass Ethereal Light Pattern, and then I started everything with the NYX Dewy Skin Mist. And then for my brows, I didn't have any time to fill them in today, so I just brushed through them with a spoolie and then set them with the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Mascara. And then for my lips, I primed them with the NYX Lip Primer, and then I lined them with the MAC Lip Pencil in the shade Strip Down. And then I filled them in with the Colored Rain matte lip paint in the shade Marshmallow. This one is definitely my favorite over the Mars shade. This is so comfortable still. I mean, it's getting a little bit dry now, but I've been wearing this since 9 this morning, and it's 6 o'clock right now, and it still feels good. It didn't crust up at all. It just gets a little bit of that, like, butthole lips, just a little bit, but I did reapply it a couple times today, and it still feels like really good. So, and it's transfer proof. So, I mean, it's a really good lipstick. I definitely love this one more than the Mars one. For some reason, the Mars one's like very gritty. But that's really it. So I'm going to take my makeup off and just relax for the rest of the night because my mom's heating up the ribs that she made last night. So I'm so excited to eat them because she made them last night. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Tomorrow I have class, and then I'm supposed to go to happy hour with some of my friends. So I'm hoping to wear like my BB shirt tomorrow, and I think I'm going to wear like that Too Faced glitter on my lid, and then like some other palette that I'll whip out and use because I'm just trying to rotate as many palettes as I can. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So bye! Okay, so hi, so I just wanted to tell you about my makeup look for today. This is actually my first makeup look because I think I'm going to be doing my makeup again. I did say I was going to happy hour tonight yesterday. One of my friends bailed though, but I think I'm still going to go because I kind of want to drink and I kind of want sushi. So I think I'm going to go and meet one of my other friends that I don't really hang out with too much. Her name is Melanie. So yeah, anyway, I did have school this morning, so I did wear this to school. And then I also went to Marshall's and CVS. Marshall's had absolutely nothing today. They actually changed their whole display around, and it was still like a complete mess. And I was like, I don't know if I really feel like digging through all this crap. It's like ridiculous, like how messy it is sometimes. So I didn't buy anything there. I was going to go there tomorrow too, but I didn't really see anything worth picking up. I might go back to CVS again tomorrow though, but I did go back to CVS to return the Maybelline holographic highlighter. I tried it yesterday, like I said in my makeup look yesterday, that it was straight up glitter. So I just returned it because I'm like, this is like, you know, it's just glitter basically. So anyway, and then I picked up a couple of other things. I picked up the Burt's Bees blush because Kathleen Lights keeps on talking about this. So this is Toasted Cinnamon. This looks gorgeous. So I'm really excited to wear this and try it out. My CVS also started carrying, finally, because these are older products, the e.l.f. Baked Highlighter. So I've been wanting this baked highlighter for like a long time. So I got the shade Moonlit Pearls. Everybody says you have to scrape off the top layer in order to get any pigment, so I have to do that. But I will try that out. And then I also picked up another eyeshadow palette, but this is literally like the last eyeshadow formula I'm going to be trying or going to be picking up because I literally don't need anything else. And plus I haven't picked up an eyeshadow palette since the Too Faced Glitter Bomb, and that was a couple weeks ago, but I hadn't picked up anything since like December. So besides the ColourPop Dream Street palette, this kind of reminds me of it, but Young Wild and Polish was raving about this, so I got the Wet n Wild Not a Basic Peach Color Icon eyeshadow palette, and I've been wanting to try Wet n Wild eyeshadows for a long time. I swatched these and these look gorgeous, so I'm really excited to try these out. So I got those, and then I also got, which I have been wanting this and needing this for a while, is another primer spray because I want to try this out since I love the Dewy Skin Mist so much. From NYX, I got the First Base Primer Spray because for me, I'm going to be sharing this all in a haul anyway, but I like sharing this with you guys in these videos because you see this later anyway, and you'll see like when I actually picked it up, and maybe if I've worn it or not, I could tell you guys my thoughts. But I like the dewy, I like setting sprays more for setting my makeup because I feel like it makes my makeup feel too tacky. That I like primer spray more for prepping my makeup and before I go in with my foundation because I just like how it feels more. I like how the Smashbox Primer Water feels on my skin before I go in with makeup. And I just feel like a setting spray makes it too tacky. So I just want to strictly try a primer spray. And yeah, I'm really excited to try this out. I just want to spray it. Seems like it has a nice spritzer, so I'm excited to try that out. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So for my face, I prime my face with the Smashbox Primer Water and the e.l.f. Mineral Face Primer. I can never remember the name of that. And then for my foundation, I went in with the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation again. And I am absolutely obsessed with this foundation, you guys. It looks so gorgeous on my skin right now. I love it. Like, look how good my skin looks. Like, it looks so natural, but also, like, looks flawless. And I'm kind of obsessed with this. Like, this might be one of my new Holy Grail foundations. It's gorgeous. I love it. So I'm wearing it in the shade LC5, which is the light cool shade. And this is the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation. It is so beautiful. Like, I am obsessed with it. So I'm so glad that I wore it again today. It's gorgeous. And then for my concealer, I used the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea concealer in the color Fair Light. And then I set my face with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus powder in the shade Warm Light. And then I primed my eyes with the Smashbox 24-Hour Primer and then went over that with the same Wet n Wild powder, and then I went in with ColourPop's Firefly as my transition shade. And then I went in with the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette today because I wanted to use a fewer of the neutral shades, so I just used that today. And I used the shade Golden Ochre in my crease. Then I darkened up the crease more with Burnt Orange and a little bit of Raw Sienna. And then I put Raw Sienna and Cypress Umber on the outer corners. And then for my lid shade, I used the ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in the shade Lightning Bug. So this is the third time I've worn it, and I really wanted to wear it again today, so now I don't have to wear it for a while. And it's just such a beautiful shade. And then for my brow bone highlight, I went in with Tempera from the palette, from the Anastasia palette. And that was it for the eyes. And then I concealed under my eyes with the Tarte Concealer. And then I set that with the NARS Crystal Setting Powder. And then I smudged Burnt Orange and Raw Sienna on the lower lash line. And then I lined my waterline with the ColourPop Gel Liner in the Maybelline Skinny Gel Liner in the shade Brown. And then for the highlight on the inner corners, I used the shade Primavera from the Anastasia palette. And I think I hit pan on it today. And if I did, I am so happy because if I hit pan on that shade and Vermeer in that palette, I'm like, have already set some of my goals for this year. Like, so I'm going to try and use that shade and Primavera as like inner corner shades for the next like week or so. And hopefully I'll hit pan on Primavera too. So yeah, I'm really excited. And then I went in with the Wet n Wild Mega Length Mascara on the top and bottom lashes, and that was it for the eyes. And then I bronzed up the skin with this Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer because I did not use this bronzer yet with this foundation, and it looks so pretty. And then for the blush, I went in with the Anastasia blush palette. I wanted to use Anastasia and Physicians Formula and a little bit of ColourPop today, so that's mostly what I used. So I used the Anastasia blush palette in the Radiant Blush Kit, and I used the peachy shade in the kind of like the medium orangey shade. So I used those two shades. I can't remember the shade names. There's only 4 shades in that palette though. And then for the highlight, I was going to use my Wet n Wild highlighter or the Maybelline Molten Gold, the Rose Gold highlighter again, but I wanted to use this one because I haven't tried this yet and I've been dying to. I tried it on my cheeks last night, like over like no makeup, and it was so gorgeous that I'm like, I have to wear this today. So this is the Physicians Formula Butter highlighter, and this one's in the shade, the Miro Butter highlighter in the shade Champagne. Holy crabioli. Look how pretty this is. Like, this is so intense, you guys. Like, I didn't even have to wet this today. And it's so pretty. Like, that is so gold. Like, that, I'm obsessed. I think it's gorgeous. So I am so happy I wore that because this is like, this is really beautiful. When I tried it over no makeup last night, it took like 2 swipes of it and it was like blinding. And if it looks like that over no makeup, I was like, this is going to be stunning over makeup. And it looked so beautiful. I just love the pattern and everything. This is really gorgeous. I am obsessed. I love it. But I'm going to have to try this highlighter probably tomorrow. So this is probably the highlighter I'm going to wear tomorrow. And then I went over everything with the Hourglass with their light pattern. Then I started everything with the NYX Dewy Skin Mist. And then for my brows, I brushed them through with a spoolie. And then set them with the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Mascara. And then for my lips, I primed them with the NYX Lip Primer. Then I lined them with the Kat Von D Everlasting Lip Liner in the shade Lolita. And then I filled them in. Finally, I'm trying this lipstick today because I picked it up like 2 days ago. And I'm finally trying it today. This is the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Lip Velvet Finish liquid lipstick in the shade All Natural Nude. So I went in with that today. And this is really nice on the lips too. So I really loved how my makeup turned out today. Usually I don't, but I think my makeup turned out really nice today. So yeah, I'm happy with it. So I'm going to take it off now. I mean, I really want to keep this foundation on though because it looks so beautiful. But I do want to change up my highlight and my blush and everything. So, yeah, I think because I am going to happy hour later in like 2 hours. So, yeah, so I'm going to take my makeup off. And then I'm just going to have to redo it anyway. So, yeah, that's it. Bye. Okay, so hi, so I wanted to tell you about my second makeup look for today since I did go out to happy hour, like I said. I just went with my friends Melanie and her boyfriend because my friend Becca couldn't make it, so I just went out with her. This is the first time I went out with her by myself with her because I've always seen her with like my friend Lisa. So I just wore my Maleficent shirt just because I really wanted to wear it, so I wanted to go for color, even though I was only wearing my makeup for like a little while. It's not like it was like a really involved, colorful look. So yeah, I primed my face with the NYX primer spray, and I actually really like it, the first base primer spray. I did pick that up today, like I said earlier, when I said my first makeup look. And I really like it. And then I prime my face with the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. I love how I use like a high-end and then a drugstore face primer. And then I went in with the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Invisible Cover Foundation Stick Foundation in the color Y225. And then I concealed with the Catrice Cosmetics Liquid Camouflage Concealer in this shade Porcelain. And then I set my face with the NYX HD Powder. I have such a horrible headache right now, so I'm ready to just take my makeup off and relax. Me and my family are going to watch the Olympic figure skating because the Olympics started today, so we're going to watch that. And then I primed my eyes with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus eyeshadow primer, and then I went over that with the same NYX powder, and then I went in with ColourPop's Firefly, and then a little bit of ColourPop's Say I Do for my crease shade, even though it kind of totally faded. And then I went in with the Juvia's Place Masquerade Mini Palette, and I only used a couple shades from here. I used a couple of the mattes and a little bit of it on the inner corners. So I used Bori in the crease, then I darkened up the crease more with Zobo, and then for the, well actually I used this to darken up the crease, and then I used this on the outer corners, and then for the lid shade, I used the shade Molly, this shade right here on the inner parts, and then for the lid, like the middle shade, I used a different color, but that's basically all I used from this palette. And then I went in with the Too Faced Glitter Bomb palette so I can use more of the shades. And honestly, this shade that I used, or whatever I used on my lid, was pretty disappointing. It didn't really go on very well. I used the shades Hot Damn and Glitter Goals, and I mixed those two together. This Glitter Gold shade is so beautiful, but it kind of faded. It's still pretty purple, but I think it kind of faded on my lid. But this one did go on really beautifully. The purple one, not so much. So yeah. I'm just trying to use as many shades from this as possible. I've used mostly all of them except for the gold and the blue, and that's about it. I've used pretty much everything else now. I'm just trying to rotate them, and then I went in with Hear Me Out by ColourPop since just my pressed shadows were sitting in front of me from using the ones on my crease, so I just used that, and that was it for the eyes. And then I lined my eyes with the NYX matte liquid liner, which I absolutely love. And then I concealed under my eyes with the Catrice concealer, and then I set that with the NARS translucent powder. And then I lined my waterline with the ColourPop gel liner in the shade Fastlane. And then I went in with the Glitter Bomb palette again on my inner corners, and I used the shade Confetti, which is this really pretty pinky glitter, but it wasn't really showing up enough, so I went in with Whimsical from Makeup Geek, and that did do the trick, but it still like wasn't pigmented enough, but I just didn't feel like, you know, perfecting it. And then I went in with the L'Oreal Voluminous primer, and then I went in with the Lancome Monsieur Big mascara on the top, and then the Catrice Cosmetics mascara on the bottom, and that was it for the eyes. And then I bronzed up the skin with the NARS Laguna bronzer. And then for the cheeks, I went in with the Too Faced Love Flush blush in the shade Justify My Love. And then I highlighted with the Luxie Beauty, or Love Lux Beauty, I believe it's called, whatever it is, Luxie Beauty, like the highlighter in the shade What Unicorns Are Made Of. I used that one today because I really wanted to use it with this outfit, and I love it. And then I went over everything with the Hourglass Ethereal Light Powder, and I started everything with the NYX Dewy Skin Mist, and I just brushed in my brows with a spoolie and then set them with the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Mascara. And then for my lips, I primed them with the NYX Lip Primer, and then I lined them with the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Sign On Pencil in the shade Obsessed. And then I filled them in with the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit Liquid Lipstick in the shade, what's the shade called? Oh my god. It's like the hot pink shade. It is called... Oh My Dolly. I used this one, and this one's really, really pretty. And yeah, that's it. So I'm gonna go take my makeup off and fucking relax. So bye! Okay, so hi, I just wanted to tell you about my makeup look for today. I'm about to leave for my boyfriend's house. I wasn't really going to do that much makeup today, but I really wanted to try this eyeshadow palette out. If I wasn't wearing this eyeshadow palette, I would have just worn concealer, blush, highlight, and some lipstick and some mascara, but I really want to try out this Wet n Wild eyeshadow palette, so, because I picked it up yesterday, and I did show you guys in my makeup look yesterday what I picked up, and I will be doing a haul soon. I might possibly record a haul tonight when I get back home from his house. I'm not sure yet. Depends on if my makeup's, like, messed up or anything. So yeah, anyway, I primed my face with the NYX First Base Primer Spray, which I've been really enjoying since I picked it up yesterday, or 2 days ago, I think. I was going to go to CVS before I went to his house, but I have to get gas before I see him, so I'm not gonna go there before. I might go there after. And then I might record a haul when I get home. Depends on how tired I am. If I don't record a haul, I'll just record it on Sunday night instead. So anyway, yeah, so I used that, and then I went in with the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation again today, just because I'm, like, obsessed with it. So I used that today, and I love it on my skin. I think it's so pretty. Like, you don't think it's going to do much because it doesn't, like, apply that much to your skin, but once you apply it, it's so pretty. So I used that in the shade LC5, which is the light cool shade. And then I concealed with a different concealer today that I haven't used in a while. I used the Maybelline Better Skin Concealer in the color Light Ivory, I believe it's called. Whatever the lightest shade is, that's what I used. I just don't use it that often, but I wanted to whip it out and use it today. And I do really like it, so yeah, I just used that. And then I set my face with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus powder in the color Warm Light. I did do a full face of drugstore today. Just because I really have been enjoying a lot of drugstore products, and I just want to keep on trying more and more. Like, I really do love some drugstore products. They really have been impressing me over high end. And then I primed my eyes with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus primer, and then I went over that with the same Wet n Wild powder, and then I just went in with entirely with this palette. So this is the Wet n Wild Color Icon Not a Basic Peach palette, and the reason why I got this is because I've been really intrigued on trying Wet n Wild eyeshadows for a while, and since they repackaged all of their eyeshadows recently, and I think this is the newer palette that came out. I never owned the Comfort Zone palette or like the Walking on Eggshells like little trio, just because I didn't think they were necessary, and I feel like they weren't really like shades I was gonna go for. Like the Walking on Eggshells one only has 3 shades in there, and I always wear more than 3 shades in my looks. That it's not like an essential palette for me. But when I saw this and how much Young Wild and Polish has been raving about it, I really wanted to pick it up and try it out. I tried out some of the mattes last night, and oh my god, they're so pigmented that I was like, I can't wait to use this today. But I did try it out on my eyes last night because I wasn't sure if I was going to wear eyeshadow today. So I did a pretty simple look. So I used this shade as my transition shade, which is the transition shade in the palette. Then I went in with this really beautiful like orangey shade in the crease. Then I darkened up the crease more with this shade, which is also a transition shade, but this is more for like darker skin tones. So I use this just to darken up the crease for me because obviously that's not going to be a transition for me. That's too dark. And it was really gorgeous. These are so pigmented, these matte shades. And then I went in with, of course, this shade on my outer corners. They are so pigmented, like, and they blend so easily. These kind of remind me of the Dose of Colors Baked Browns eyeshadow palette like formula because they're so soft and pigmented. So really, really beautiful. For the price, they are so good. I definitely prefer the mattes though over the shimmers. I went in with this shade, this like peachy gold shade on my lid today, and it is really pretty, especially when you wet it, it is really nice. But I just thought it was going to be even more duochromy and sparkly when I put it on my lid, but I don't really feel that way. It definitely is better if you wet it. I just find that obviously that it's the eyeshadows that I wear are always better if I wet my lid shade. And then for the brow bone, I went in with both of these shades and I just mixed them together. This is kind of a sparkly shade, but it is like light enough for you to just pop on your brow bone. And then I put a little bit of the matte transition shade on my brow bone. And that was it from the palette. And then I just popped on one of the shades on my inner corners, which is this gold shade right here. And this shade is so pretty. But it was like a little bit too dark, so I did just lighten it up just a little bit with this shade as well, that shimmery white shade. So I only haven't used 3 shades from the palette. I probably won't use some of these anytime soon. Probably the next time I do my eye makeup with this, I'm going to use this gold shade on my lid, but we'll see, and I'll probably just flip-flop the shades. But so far, this is really good, and this is only $6, so I just was really intrigued on trying out their eyeshadows. Wet n Wild is my favorite drugstore brand, so I really wanted to try out their eyeshadows. And then I concealed under my eyes with the Maybelline concealer, and then I set that with the NARS Translucent Crystal Setting Powder. That's the only thing I used that wasn't drugstore because I don't have any loose powders from the drugstore right now. I have to pick up the e.l.f. one. I should have picked it up yesterday, but I'll probably pick it up later. And then for my lower lash line, I just went in with mascara. I went in with the Wet n Wild Mega Length Mascara on the top and bottom lashes. So that was it for the eyes. And then for my cheeks, I bronzed up the skin with the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, duh. And then I tried out the Burt's Bees Bamboo Blush in the shade Toasted Cinnamon today, and it is super pigmented, really, really pretty. But I thought it was going to be more like an orangey red, and it's like it's kind of like looks like a dupe for Becca's Wild Honey. I have to swatch them side by side, but it is really good, really pigmented. I really liked it. And then for the highlight, I used the e.l.f. Baked Highlighter in the shade Moonlit Pearls, and it was a little bit subtle for me, so I had to like constantly build it up. And it built up to be really nice, especially after I wetted it, but of course that still wasn't enough for me. So I did go in with a tiny bit of the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighter in the shade Precious Petals, and I did pop that on over the top. So yeah, it was a Wet n Wild day. And then I went over everything with the Hourglass Ethereal Light Powder, which again is like the only thing I don't use that's drugstore, but I use that every day of my life. And then I set my face with the NYX Dewy Skin Mist. So I really have been loving their misting sprays lately. They're just so much cheaper, you know? And then I just brushed my brows with a spoolie and then set them with the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Mascara. And then for my lips, I didn't prime them. I just filled them in with a lip liner. I just used the Wet n Wild Perfect Pout Gel Lip Liner in the shade Bear to Comment, and then I filled them in because I put this all over my lips first because I kind of prefer this lipstick with a lip liner, and then I just filled them in with the Milani Matte Innocence lipstick in the shade Matte Innocence because I haven't worn this like all year yet, so I really wanted to whip it out and use it today. And just because I wanted to use a drugstore lipstick today, and I've only really been using the NYX one and the Essence one and like the liquid lipstick from Physicians Formula, so I wanted to use this one today. So I'm going to go get some gas and then go to his house. So bye! Okay, so hi, so just wanted to tell you about my makeup look for today. I actually ended up getting out of work a little bit earlier than I was supposed to, because it was pretty dead around the last half hour that I was there. So I asked my manager if I could go home, and he said yes. So yeah, I'm home now, and I'm about to take my makeup off and just change my clothes and then go to my boyfriend's house. I think I'm not going to take a shower because I just don't feel like it. And yeah, so anyway, I primed my face. I wore the this Lucky shirt again. I wasn't even sure if I was going to be working today, but it was busy today, so thank God that I did work a few hours and was able to wear some makeup today. So I primed my face with the NYX primer spray and the e.l.f. poreless primer, the mineral primer. I always say poreless primer. And then I went in with the Stila Aqua Glow Serum Foundation in the color Light, and I just used that today. I didn't lighten it up or anything because I really like how it looks by itself, so I just used that. And then I concealed with a new concealer today. I did go to CVS again last night and picked up a bunch of stuff to try. So I picked up this. This is the e.l.f. I think this is the, what is it called? Lift HD Lifting Concealer in the color Fair. This has a very gray undertone to it. I'm not sure how much I love it. I mean, it does look good right now. I didn't really check on my under eyes or anything to see how it looks right now. I need to find a mirror somewhere in, like, my room, because I feel like I never have a mirror anymore. Because I kind of wanted to tell you guys how it looks right now. But for some reason, I can't seem to find any of my mirrors. Oh, it's right here. Let's see how my face looks. I mean, my face is very dewy right now because this is a very dewy foundation. I mean, it looks pretty good. It actually held up pretty well. It didn't settle into fine lines or anything under my eyes, so that looks good. And I also did try out a new setting powder from e.l.f. today, too, which I will tell you guys about. But I did set my face with the Maybelline Fit Me pressed powder in the shade 110 Porcelain, and then I primed my eyes with a Smashbox 24-hour primer and then set that with the same powder. And then for my eyes today, I went in mostly with the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette, so I used, because I really wanted to use it today, so I used Chaser first, then I darkened up the crease more with, I can never remember the damn shade names, but Chaser I usually always use as a transition shade with the palette. Let's just go to Ulta. I can never remember that one shade name for my crease when I darkened up the crease. Urban Decay Naked, Naked Heat palette. I used the shade Sauced to darken up the crease more, and then I used He Devil to define the crease, and then for the outer corners I used Cayenne and Fuego. And then for the lid, I really love how this turned out. I did use two shades. I did use a glitter. I used the Stila Magnificent Metal Glitter and Glow eyeshadow in the shade Rose Gold Retro. I haven't used that one in a while, so I wanted to use it today. But then I mostly kept it on the inner corners, like the first half of my eye, and then I popped on Scorched from the Naked Heat palette on the center of my lid, and I really like how it turned out. And then I went in with Ounce on the brow bone from the palette. I was just going to keep it just the one glitter, but I really liked how that looked, so I need to hurry up so I can go eat. I'm starving. Then I concealed under my eyes with the e.l.f. concealer, and then I set that with the e.l.f. Smooth and Set setting powder for your under eyes, and I really like it so far. It basically is like the same thing as like the e.l.f. HD powder, but my CVS was out of the HD one, so I got this one instead, and I love it just as much. And then I went in with He Devil under the eyes, and then I highlighted the inner corners with Anastasia's Primavera from the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette, because I wanted like a gold inner corner, and there's like no gold shade in the Naked Heat palette. And I actually hit pan on it. So I've hit my first, one of my goals for the year already, and I hit pan on my first eyeshadow this year, and that was Anastasia's Primavera from the Modern Renaissance palette. And that's the first shade I've ever hit pan on from a palette since Peaches and Cream. So I'm super excited about that. And then for the mascara, I used a brand new mascara today. I used the Maybelline Total Temptation mascara, and I did pick that up last night as well, and I really, really love it so far. It makes your lashes really long, so love that. And then I went in with the Maybelline Skinny Gel Liner in the shade Brown on my lower lash line. So that was it for the eyes. Then I bronzed up the skin with the Kevyn Aucoin, the Neo Bronzer in the shade Capri. And then for the blush, I went in with the Burt's Bees Bamboo Blush again in the shade Toasted Cinnamon because I find that this kind of fades throughout the day. I mean, I do really like the color and everything, but I don't think it's anything like revolutionary. I think it's really pigmented, but I think it kind of faded throughout the day. And then for the highlight, I used the Maybelline Master Chrome by Face Studio highlight in the shade Molten Rose Gold because I really wanted to use it again today, and I just love it. It's so pretty. And then I went over everything with the Hourglass Ethereal Light Powder, and then I set everything with the NYX Dewy Skin Mist. Then I brushed through my brows with a spoolie and then set them with the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Mascara. And then for my lips, I primed them with the NYX Lip Primer. Then I lined them with the Kat Von D Everlasting Lip Liner in the shade Hawkeye, and then I filled in my lips with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Liquid Lipstick in the shade Ashton, and then I topped it off with the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Pro Gloss in the shade Suede. It's the shade that Jaclyn Hill recommended in her favorites video like a few months ago, and I've been wanting to try them ever since then. So I picked up that last night, and I also picked up the Maybelline Vivid Hot Lacquer in the shade like Nude. I wanted the shade Tease because Nicole Guerrero like constantly talks about that one, but they were out of it, so I got this one instead. So but the L'Oreal Infallible glosses are so expensive. But yeah, so anyway, that's it. So I'm going to go and take my makeup off. So bye. Okay, so hi. So I just want to tell you about my makeup look for today. I'm so ready to take my makeup off. I am so tired, you guys. Like, I don't even know why I decided to record a haul video today. And I didn't even realize that I wore this sweater in my haul that I recorded for my Sephora haul. And it's like kind of annoying me because it's like I can't believe I was wearing like the same thing, but whatever. So anyway, I worked this morning from like 11 to 3, and then I recorded a haul, and I'm like ready to take my makeup off, and then my boyfriend's coming over and like soon. He's supposed to be here at 5:15, but I haven't heard from him in like a half hour, so he's probably not leaving till like 5:15. So I mean, I recorded the haul like a month ago, so it's not like a huge deal that I'm wearing the same thing. Like, I'm bound to be wearing like the same thing in some videos because like sometimes I record stuff after work, so I can't believe I was wearing the same thing. Whatever. No one's gonna notice except for me. So anyway, I primed my face with the, I just wore this white t-shirt to work and then this sweater over it because I just wanted to wear something simple today, and I just really wanted to wear this sweater again because I've only worn this sweater like once or twice to work. So I primed my face with the NYX primer spray, then I went in with the e.l.f. Mineral Face Primer, then I went in with the Physicians Formula The Healthy Foundation in the color LC1, and then I concealed with the e.l.f. HD Lifting Concealer in the color Fair, and then I set my face with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Pressed Powder in the shade Warm Light. Then I primed my eyes with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Primer, and then went over that with the same Wet n Wild powder. Then I went in with the ColourPop Pressed Powder Shadow in the shade Firefly as my transition shade, and then I went in with the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette, not Heat palette, the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette, and I used the shade Limit in the crease, and I darkened up the crease more with Nooner. Then I used Dark Side, Factory, and Mugshot on my outer corners because I wanted to use all three because some of them weren't as pigmented as the other, so I had to use all three of them. And then I went in with Strange on the brow bone. And then for the lid, I used the Milk Eye pigment in the shade After Party because I just really wanted to use it on my lid, and there was really no other shade from the Naked 3 palette I really wanted to use on my lid today, so I used that, and it's just so pretty. And then that was it for the eyes, and then I concealed under my eyes with the e.l.f. concealer, and then I set that with the e.l.f. Smooth and Set Eye Powder, which I really have been enjoying. And then I went in with Nooner and Limit on the lower lash line, and then I highlighted the inner corners with Buzz. And then I went in with Vermeer from the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette because I'm trying to hit pan on it. And then for the mascara, I went in with the Maybelline Total Temptation mascara on the top and bottom lashes, which I really love. And that was it for the eyes. And then I bronzed up the skin with the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. And then I went in with the Physicians Formula Butter Blush in the shade Plum Rose as my blush. And then I highlighted with the e.l.f. Baked Highlighter in the shade Moonlight Pearls. And then I set my face with the Hourglass Ethereal Light Powder. Then I set everything with the NYX Dewy Skin Mist. And then for my brows, I brushed them through with a spoolie and then set them with the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Mascara. And then for my lips, I primed them with the NYX Lip Primer. And then I lined them with the Rimmel lip liner in the shade Tiramisu, and then I filled them in with the Rimmel Stay Matte Liquid Lip Color in the shade Be My Baby, and then I went in with the Maybelline Vivid Hot Lacquer in the shade Unreal because I was wearing it. I tried it on in my haul, and I'm just still wearing it now, so. But I did try out the Rimmel liquid lipstick today, and I will be wearing this in that video too. So that's it. Bye!